Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Mapping the Darkroom podcasts by Auto Rotation. So far we have played 2 of our tracks and given you some insight into what created them and also the concept behind the EP and the artwork, which you may have seen by now. This episode is focused on the track known as Photographs, and this is a very nostalgic track. Which was a collaboration between us. I think I had the initial sort of spark of the idea, which came from flicking through old photographs of sort of wartime, really, relatives, and just sort of peering into that world. And it just made me feel really nostalgic, and also think about the medium of photographs and what they are to us.
I mean, that was quite a strange writing process between the two of you, where you were, sending each other files and score and kind of trying to fit the two voices almost singing at the same time throughout the song. It's not just like one voice is backing the other, but there are two voices, maybe two complementing melodies. How did that work? Was that a challenge? Or?
Wow, I think it started with a melody which I'd initially played on the piano, and then that has been taken over by is it the dulcimer?
Either
is it electronic dulcimer?
Sample of a little toy piano or something.
Yeah. Sorry, you might want to cut that bit out. Like I know what I'm talking about. The toy piano. Love the toy piano sound. And then I think I got some lines, just the essence of what I wanted to say about it, just in a few lines, and then I sent that to you, Robin, and you wove your magic with melody.
Yeah, I kind of didn't want there to be a backing vocalist and a lead vocalist. I don't like that idea anyway, especially when there's two important messages to come across melodically. And so, I did kind of write it in my usual 4-part harmony initially, and then sort of reduced it to the component parts, if you like, so that two voices could sing it.
Yeah.
And
God, I'd love to hear this. Sorry to interrupt, but I'd love to hear the 4-part.
I'd have to play it on the piano because I can't sing more than one voice at a time. I'm clever, but not that clever.
We should make it a choral piece.
But you mentioned the meaning of the song Photographs and how we look at photographs as kind of a one-way looking glass. Yes.
Yeah, it's a very peculiar sort of medium, really, because it's 2-dimensional and it's frozen in time. And it is a one-way thing when you're looking at photographs. You've got the person who's looking at them and then the scene. And I just like the sort of concept of us being able to look into the past and observe it and think about it and reflect on it. But those people back at that time had no concept of us or now.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, in terms of how we recorded the song, I mean, it kind of flows from beginning to the end with the two voices kind of interplaying almost constantly without any real breaks, and there isn't actually a definite, pop song structure as in verse, chorus, first chorus, middle, 8. It just kind of weaves and comes, in strong, then goes a bit quieter. There's lots of dynamics in the songs, but there is a funny little thing we did that we didn't think would make the final cut of the song, and that's you, Laura, playing the the
pencils. Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, what was it now? I just had this idea of a sort of like an ostinato rhythm just going throughout, and it didn't seem to be that uniform. I mean, it's repeated, so it is uniform, but to make it digital seemed to be too mechanical in a way.
Yeah, I couldn't really program it the way you played it.
Yeah, so I was trying to explain it to Igor, and he said, why don't you just tap it out to me on the table and we'll record it. So I just tapped it out with some pencils and it became part of the recording.
Yay.
The human element.
Yeah. So here is Photographs.
fading, unchanging. You live on the pages, looking back through. But you don't see, but you won't see at all. But you don't see, and you won't see. You don't touch off in the sound of the sound of your voice remaining, all changing, changing. We live on, looking back through. In a look of clear touch, I see you, I see you. In a look of, in a touch of, in a glance of, in the sound of your voice, back through. In a touch of, in a glance, I see you. But you